to be first? Was that finance? A lawyer. If my mom was here, she'd start crying. I fucking wish. Anyone else want to yell out something? Pharmacy. I would be doing a lot better on Cape Cod, that's for sure. Believe it or not, I actually work as a carpenter. That's right, I am a fucking Jewish carpenter. I might just be the most Christ-like person that any of you ever meet in your entire lives. All right, first of all, I'm like 99% sure my mother was a virgin at the time of my conception. None of you guys were there. That woman is a saint. And plus my dad knows the word to like every single show tune ever. So, I don't know, you tell me. What else? I also only have 12 followers. Check for me on the gram, Josh Adams Comedy. I greatly appreciate that. And look, what else? I've spent a decent amount of time hanging out with a whore, but that was my stepmother in Mashpee. What, do you know her? And look, I might not have been born in Bethlehem, Israel, but I was born at Beth Israel Deaconess Hospital. It's technically just a Laham away. And there might not have been 3 wise men there when it happened, but there were 3 wise men. And also, please just know, if I end up dying up here before you tonight, I'm fucking doing that for you. When I was a kid, I was a very picky eater. Like, my favorite food in the world was chicken tenders. Where are my chicken tender fans?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. When I was a kid, I used to order chicken tenders so much my mom would say shit like, "One day you're gonna grow up and marry a chicken tender." We all know the stupid shit our parents will say, right? The weird thing about that is my current girlfriend has a chicken coop where she tends to chickens. Just if anybody is not on the same page yet, my girlfriend is a chicken tender. So I still eat chicken tenders like 4 or 5 times a week? I'm hearing mostly women laughing at that joke. Ladies, if you're here with a guy and he didn't laugh at that joke, he's either too dumb to get it or the most selfish lover in the entire world. You gotta figure that out before the end of the night. The hardest part about writing that last joke was trying to explain to my girlfriend that I would never propose to her just because I hate when my parents are right. She has a daughter who I consider my stepdaughter. Last year for Christmas, she got me a mug that said, "World's Best Mom's Boyfriend," which broke under mysterious circumstances. No, my stepkid, I love her to death. She's an awesome kid, smart kid, and a few years ago during the pandemic, we really bonded over stand-up comedy. She started watching stand-up with me, and she even started writing some jokes of her own. And she wrote this one joke that's actually pretty good, and she loves when I do this joke when I perform. But lucky for you guys, she's actually here tonight. Would you guys mind if my stepdaughter came up to do this joke that she wrote?
Hello. Sorry. I know. Sorry. What do you call a sad fruit? What do you call a sad fruit?
What?
A blueberry.
Give it up for her. Now here's the thing. She wrote this joke when she was 8 years old, and I go around and I tell this joke all the time. And when I first started telling the joke, I had a crowd, they all awed, just like you. Another great crowd. But one guy in the back of the room yelled out,
That joke's homophobic.
I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, how is that joke homophobic? To which he responded back, fruit is a slur against gay people, and depression is a prevalent issue in the gay community. That joke is offensive, insensitive, homophobic, and your 8-year-old daughter is a piece of shit. Look at this face. Could you imagine that? I was very upset. The next day. I go home, I'm talking to her mother. She's like, how did Olivia's joke go last night? It went great, everybody awed, they thought it was very cute. But one guy in the back got mad, he's yelling at me, the joke's homophobic, it's offensive, it's insensitive. And at that moment, she comes walking around the corner and she just goes, what, they didn't like my gay joke? Okay, so she's a piece of shit. But I love her, and I hope you guys love her too. And give it up again for your host, Chris Holden.
Josh Adams and Olivia! She is learning some things tonight. Man, I gotta bring my kids up here next. He's 7 months old, but he'll figure it out. All right, that was fun. Hey guys, we're moving this show right along. Your next comic coming to the stage, I think a lot of you might know this person. She's very wonderful. Give it up for Jane Carroll.
All right, give it up for Chris. How fun is this with the picnic tables? I feel like, do any drunk people fall off? Asking for a friend. Do you guys have that one aunt that gets drunk at every family function? That's me. But at our age, you don't know if people are wearing their Invisalign or they're drunk. You don't know if they've had a couple glasses of wine or they never wore their retainer. If you have just come from a relaxing day of boating, you clearly were a guest on someone else's boat. It's not necessarily the boating that's stressful, it's the stopping. It's the anchoring and the docking. There are so many lines, so much yelling. Did we catch? I think we're moving. Are we moving? We should move it. My husband turns into a Navy SEAL when we dock. I'm gonna bring you in the room. You, go to the bottom. Get the starboard line. Go, now. You grew up on a pond. There is more yelling in the boat than there was at the Karen Reed courtroom. I actually have 2 smashed rear taillights and my husband's still alive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've been married for 20 years. Feels like 5 minutes underwater. I married a carbon copy of myself. We're both Irish Catholic, both from New England. According to 23andMe, we're related. He's a lawyer, so I haven't won a fight in 20 years. And apparently I owe him money. I tried to switch the side of the bed I sleep on, and he sued me. He snores. A friend suggested putting a weighted blanket. Using one. Never said not to put it on his face. He is constantly late. We're running through airports. He's almost missed the birth of a child. Always makes that 8:07 tea time. What I don't understand is why they let the guys cut the umbilical cord. It's like you, the one with no medical training. The one who fainted before. Come make a belly button. I finally lined up all my children to tell them who my favorite was and why. But I forgot one. It's not my fault. He's really quiet. Now, if you've met my children, you can tell where I got tired parenting. Now, when I go to a school function, people will say, "Oh, are you so-and-so's mom?" And I have to be like, "Why? Why are you asking?" My teenage daughters have horrible attitudes and wear shirts that look like ace bandages. My daughter raised her hand in class and got suspended for flashing the teacher. Now they're older and they're going to college. I actually interview kids for college, and these candidates are insane. It's like, "Oh, you flew the Med Flight Copter for Children's Hospital for your volunteer hours. Nice. Tell me about this internship you have at NASA. Oh, you discovered an unmapped planet? Oh, my daughter? She's a camp counselor." Yeah, they're getting older, I'm getting older. Now that I'm 50, I wish everything had closed captions. Musicals, conversations, my husband yelling at me while we're docking. When you're 50, they say, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta lift weights. I went to the gym. I hurt myself. That's what happens at this age. You go to the gym, you hurt yourself. I've never hurt myself at the Pilot House. The good news about 50, the odds of me being sex trafficked have plummeted. The bad news is I've aged out of being called Miss. I get called ma'am in the weirdest places. At the top of Water Whiz, "Your turn, ma'am." At bars, "Put the tambourine back, ma'am." Even my watch, "Time to stand up, ma'am." I feel like it might be time for me to get a full-time job, but then I turn into a millennial. I'm like, is that every day? Like in an office? Do you have to wear shoes? What about the summer? Millennials, they just travel around. Have you ever noticed the difference between how guys go away versus girls go away? The guys are like, "Oh, I have that golf trip next week and I'm gone all week." And the girls are like, "Here's your spreadsheet. Your mother's coming to watch the kids. I promised her another baby. I'll be at the vineyard for the day." Okay. You guys do that. Oh, they constantly know where I am. I could never have an affair because I'm on Life 360 and I don't belong to CrossFit. My dog actually has a collar that tracks her too. I love my dog so much, my breeder thinks I'm weird. She's a golden. Everyone has these doodles, the ones whose fur feels like pubic hair. And they have stupid names like Buttons and Snow White. All I know is my beautiful golden would never mate with a poodle unless she was drunk or roofied. Over 4th of July, I discovered you can share medicine with your dog. That's awesome. Valium for you, Valium for me. I did call the vet to make sure that you couldn't be addicted. People couldn't be addicted. My dog's getting old. My dad is old. I have an 86-year-old father who has a girlfriend. Don't worry, my mom's dead. He's from Worcester and has the accent to prove it. Yeah. When people ask how they met, he says, "Tinder! Grindr!" It's awkward though, because when we go to her house for dinner, he makes me taste his food for him. And because she's been widowed twice before. Sorry, that was a setup. She's actually been widowed twice before. She's here, so she's making me all nervous. And my dad says awkward things like, "Hey, Jane, tell my gal to give me a fuck." No. Nope, not going to. No. You can meet them over there. Oh, they look great though. You should meet them. They're right over there. They look great for their age. I know. I have a lot to work on. My Face ID on my phone doesn't recognize me when I've showered. I have a gay brother who's very critical of the way I look. We had an Irish grandmother who passed, and he came out after she was gone, but she would always say, "Oh, that Christopher has such strong, handsome friends. I wonder when he's gonna settle down with a little lass." Oh, Grandma, it's more like, "Oh, Danny boy." I'm actually going back to Irish Catholic parenting. It's the don't ask, don't tell, don't care parenting. We don't care how you're feeling. We don't care if you feel gaslit or not in a safe space. We didn't have therapists. We had rehab. It's hard being a parent, though. Have you ever noticed that when kids throw up, they actually run towards you? When I was growing up, my vomit bowl was also my Saturday night popcorn bowl. So I decided to break the cycle of childhood trauma and bought all of my children monogrammed vomit bowls for Christmas. No, but being a parent, if I could have one superpower, it would be Wonder Woman's truth lasso, because I could use it in so many different ways. I could use it on my teenagers. "I did steal your vodka and fill it with water." I could use it on my husband. "Your ass does look fat in those jeans." I could use it on my mother-in-law. "I do think he's too good for you." Thank you very much.
Hey, Carol! Woo! She was sharp. She was sharp. You guys are warming up. You guys are heating up. Feel free to get up, get some more drinks, do all that fun stuff. But your next comedian coming to the stage, I would be nothing without him. And he is about to blow up. He's going to open for Rob Schneider this weekend, and he's performing at the Cape Cod Melody Tent. Give it up for the one and only AJ Haypenny.
Yeah! 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 I'm trying to match your energy. Yeah! Let's all match that guy's energy. Yo! It's a pleasure to be here. This is fantastic. They said, AJ, we want you to set up another show for us. What can you do for us? What can we do for you to set up said show? I said, I want to perform in front of a shit ton of white people. 82 exactly. Where I want to walk in, I want to smell the Kohl's cash. Relax, guys, it's from Hyannis. It's expired Kohl's cash. What else do you want, AJ? Well, I want to perform on a downward slant. I want to feel like we're falling every single fucking time. And then I admire you for tilting it that way, but I'm like, does it feel like you're fucking falling, dude? You're trying to do a little flippy? Look at this. It's nice to perform in front of the cast of Riverdale. Holy shit. Which one of you is Jughead? Which one? Yeah. A lot of beautiful women here. Look at these 8 right here. Holy shit. You look like the cast of Sex and the City now. Which one of you is the Samantha? Which one? Yeah, I love how one person pointed and the other person like smacked the hand like, No, don't tell him. He's a bastard. Dude, any other queers out here besides me? Oh, well, that's bullshit. There's 2 parking lots and there's 20 Subarus in each of them. At least 20 of you have seen one up close. So I'm a bisexual man, and some people might ask, well, how can you be only half gay? I took 1 dose of the Pfizer. And I got it done at the Bud Light factory. That's how you catch the gay. I love that Bud Light umbrella that's over you ladies. And they said, have you come out to your parents yet? And I said, yeah, I came out to my dad. And I said, hey, Dad, I just want to let you know I'm bisexual. He said, AJ, we don't need to be having this conversation. I've seen the way you eat a banana. Okay. And AJ, you have 4 sisters. And you're the only sibling that has pink pants that wasn't dead. We're from Cape Cod. Those pants aren't pink. They're salmon. I said it with a lisp. And then I closed the fridge with my hips. Young man, why are you hovering over the 8 ladies? Are you their bodyguard? And why are you dressed like a disgraced gymnastics coach? You look like the guy that made Simone Biles quit. Why are you standing? I taught her everything she knows. Yeah, but you're still going to jail. Do you want a chair, my friend? You're good? Okay. That's going to throw off my set, him hovering. No, I'm kidding. You can stand. You can stand. You were probably sitting down the whole time. Look at this. I love how there's some tables that people are only sitting on one side, like it's the fucking Last Supper. I love that. Now, I just started doing the Facebook dating app that just came out, and then the first question that got asked of me is, AJ, how big is your penis? My penis is like Plymouth Rock. Not as big as you'd think it would be. But when you see it, you're gonna want to spit on it. Come on, we've all done it. We all saw that rock and gave it a hot tua. Spit on that thing. At Cape Cod, we're pretty gay. We are. Our biggest car dealership for 40 years. It's called Dick Beard Chevy. And no one on Cape found that funny but me for some reason. Where's Dick Beard Chevy? Oh, it's right next to Ass Mustache Cadillac. And it's right behind Clitoris Toyota, but you'll never find it. Okay, those of you that laughed, explain to the ones that didn't. And does anyone know our biggest local bank on Cape Cod? Does anyone know? If you do, shout it out. That's right, Siemens. Siemens. And it goes with their catchphrase. Siemens.